So, my allergies have been freaking acting up this morning, but that does not mean we are not going to get 2 solid meditations in today. So this is going to be the first official full day of meditating, and I'm pretty excited for it, just to kind of contrast this meditation to the next. And sorry if I'm a little nasally right now. I just had an allergy pill. We're still getting through it, but that is not going to stop us from getting this freaking solid meditation in. So if you do want to meditate with me, check the description down below, plug that prompt into ChatGPT, and the more detailed your responses are to those questions, the more individualized it'll be for you. So that being said, I like to do 22 minutes, extra 2 minutes, kind of gives a good warm-up phase going into the meditation. So not much else to say. Let's just freaking get into it. both legs fell asleep on that one. Whew. Oh, yeah. All right. Whew. Yeah, like I said, this meditation is much more about just getting acclimated to the day. But it's pretty cool, you know. I kind of hit a little stride there in the middle of the meditation where it was like, I was kind of reminded that nothing else matters except knowing and being alive. I mean, that is just, it's a pretty cool feeling, because you can, at least for me, I can get caught up in a lot of different thoughts just about past or the future, you know, whatever. It is what it is, but like, you kind of lose sight of, you know, we're freaking alive right now. Like, I know that sounds corny to say, but same token, like, it's, man, it just feels good. That's kind of where I'm coming from right now. But anyways, not much else to say there. We are just gonna go get some coffee and breakfast, and then yeah, we're gonna get to work. Might get a little cardio in before work, just to kind of get further acclimated to the day. But yeah, I think that's about it right now. It is actually the first day of daylight savings today, so it's 9:35. Well, it's 10:35, but it feels like 9:35. So that's kind of where we lose an hour of sleep. But that being said, that's probably going to be good for me, because I'm going to need to get to bed a lot sooner, because this is, I think, day 2 of my 18-day mini cut, and we're doing it pretty aggressive, so this is going to be interesting to see the results. But I change up my training and my cardio schedule when I'm on a cut as opposed to a bulk. So with the cutting process, I do my workout first thing in the morning, and that's mainly because I don't have any carbs later in the day. Like, I have carbs for my first 3 meals of the day, but for the last 2 meals, next to nothing. Like, it's like vegetables, and I think I get like half an apple for, you know, my carbs, but those aren't complex carbs, so not going to give me a whole lot of energy, but they will help with the sleep aspect of things, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, so going into this cut with kind of like a little more sleep on my side, that's going to really help. So I'm looking forward to that. That means we're probably going to be getting to the gym around like 5:30, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then, yeah, we'll probably be hitting these workouts fasted as well. And that's mainly because it's going to help even more with the fat loss process. And it's not like I'm trying to lose like a crazy amount of fat. That's why we're only doing it for 18 days. But it's mainly because I'm cycling off of the IGF-LR3 and the YK11. And both of those are supposed to help with just muscle density, like just packing on as much muscle as possible. That's the main reason why we're taking them. And we just ended like our 8-week cycle with those. So we're going to let the liver reset, since IGF is mainly produced by the liver. And for the next 3 weeks, we're just going to go on this mini cut. It's also going to help with the inflammation from eating so much food recently, that it's kind of nice. You know, it sounds weird to say, but it's a little nice to not have to eat so much food, because, you know, I'll talk to people about it, and they're like, I was talking to one guy about it, and he was like, oh man, that must be so nice to eat that much food. But like, to me, it's like a totally different story, because some people really enjoy it. And I enjoy it to an extent, but there's a difference between like eating whatever you want and like a ton of food, as opposed to just eating an insane amount of food on a regimented schedule, because you're just full all the time. And it's not like a comfortable full. It's not like you're like, yeah, this is nice. I can go to bed, food coma. This is going to be really nice. It's like you're like, for me, I'm just constantly uncomfortable because I'm so full and because we're pushing the growth so much. But that's mainly because we're on the peptides, so we can, and we try to put on as much muscle as possible. Got to do whatever it takes. So that being said, this mini cut is going to be freaking nice. We are heading into it, just ready to take a break from so much food. So last night I literally slammed 4 of my meals before I went to bed, and it was no problem. Like, it was like 13 ounces of red meat. It was like a third of a cup of cream of rice, half a cup of vegetables, 10 ounces of chicken, 5 ounces of gnocchi, and then half an apple. And then 2 tablespoons of almond butter. But compared to what I've been eating recently, that is freaking nothing. That's like, I mean, realistically, like macro-wise, that's like 2 of my meals in the day when we're actually pushing the growth and eating a ton. So that's just nice. I'm really freaking enjoying just kind of taking a break from eating all the food. But I do also see the benefits of pushing the growth that much, because, for me, I'm still technically, like, I don't know if you would call me natural or whatever, but peptides are the only thing that I've used. And then I used, like clenbuterol in a prep. That's about it, though. Like, nothing, like no injectable test. Like, there's no, like, going down the whole, like, primo mast, like, whole, like, enhanced route. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with a lot of this, where, like, the peptides are the most, at the moment, that I'm pushing for the growth. And at the end of the day, they're just a string of amino acids. It's not like we're replacing any hormones like we would with test. Like, at this point, it's just helping the growth a little more with, like, nutrient shuttling. That's about it. But anyways, we're gonna go get some coffee in. Probably get some cardio first, and then have a meal, then get to work. I kind of like when I have, like, these breaks during the weekend to wait to eat, because then I'll feel a little more full throughout the day. So, like, I mean, it's like 10:40 right now. I'll probably be having my first meal around noon. And that mainly, like I said, just helps with satiety. So that's kind of where we're landing right now. I will definitely keep you updated. We're going to be having some early morning workouts for the next 3 weeks. So this is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to the change up in the schedule, especially considering that my work schedule is a lot longer now. I'm getting paid a lot more, which is nice, but at the same time, like, I'm not getting off of work until like 4, and I get there around 8. So it's a little longer than usual. And so, like, hitting the gym, cardio, everything after that, I'm not getting home until like 7:30 or 8. And that's totally fine. But it is going to be nice to have a little more time in the day, just from starting it earlier and, doing getting after the workouts. But anyways, I will see y'all for the next meditation. That's probably going to be in about, if it's 10:40 right now, I'm guessing like 5-ish, like 4:35-ish. That's probably when I'll come back around and hit that second meditation. But anyways, y'all, I will see y'all then. All right, so quite a bit of time has passed. We had, let me actually fix this mic just a little bit. So, yeah, what do? We got a meal in, got quite a bit of work done, content and reaching out to people, kind of like business stuff. And then we put this up, which was pretty freaking cool. This is my business, Awehrness Fitness, and yeah, so I actually, one of my buddies from college, he has his own business where it's like a printing company, and so he does all sorts of stuff. I think it's like merc.co, something like that, but mugs, t-shirts, hats, banners. He does pretty much anything you can print on, he's got you. But anyways, he made this really nice banner for me, absolutely free. No, I'm kidding. Definitely paid for it. But he, it came out really nicely. I mean, it's like the banner's super thick and durable, and then also the print just looks really nice. And it's funny, I sent him it was like a rough draft layout, like I just kind of made something on Canva, and it was like all the different logos, and I just did copy paste all over the place. But the whole thing, it literally had like this much room in between each logo, so it was like super condensed. And I sent it over to him. He didn't say anything, but he was like, hey, are you fine if I adjust the spacing to make it look pretty, because I sent him this other video and I was like, I kind of want it to look like this. And he was like, oh, okay, do you mind if I adjust it to make it look like that? I was like, yeah, go for it. So this is the finished product. Looks pretty freaking nice. Yeah, let me get you like a full tour. So that's the whole thing. It's like a 3x5 kind of dealio, but yeah, it's been working out really well. But anyways, we are back for another freaking meditation. This one, just like the other one, it's going to be 22 minutes. Like I said, I'm a little more awake now. Got a lot of work done. So now it's kind of like end of day. I mean, kinda, it's like 4:36 right now. So we're going to this is going to be like our wind down meditation for the day. And then I'm going to hit my other cardio session, get my last few meals in, and then we're heading to bed pretty freaking early tonight because we have, we're switching up my training schedule. So now that I'm on a cut, I want to make sure that I'm getting, enough sleep, but at the same time, I'm utilizing the energy that I have in the day. So when I'm on a bulk, it doesn't really matter which time of day I'm really hitting the gym. But now that I have very limited carbs, I'm going to use them when I actually have them. So I only have carbs in complex carbs, I should say, carbs that you can use for energy really well. Only my first 3 meals have complex carbs. And then after that, it's just veggies, fruit, whole lot of protein. But yeah, I mean, so that being said, early morning workouts are going to be my best friend moving forward. So for the next, I'm only doing this for another, what is today, today's the 8th. So we're going until the 25th. So, that gives us about, okay. So, 17 days from now. We should be good with that. That's going to give us enough time to also cut as much as possible. So the way that I'm kind of divvying up my cardio sessions now, I'm doing 30 minutes in the morning, probably post-workout, and then 30 minutes later on in the day, but it's going to be super low intensity. Like I'm talking like 3 miles per hour, treadmill, flat. Like I don't want to push my body too much because that's when we start losing muscle. So we're still keeping the protein pretty high. I mean, we only dropped it, maybe like, I want to say about like 15, 20 grams of protein, so it's not like a super big drop, but there's a reason for that. I want to make sure that we're holding on to the muscle. And then also, it's going to give us a little bit more energy throughout the day. So it's going to help with workout performance and just not losing my mind on the cut. So anyways, we got freaking 22 minutes. If you want to meditate with me, like always, check the description down below. There will be a ChatGPT prompt you can plug in. The more detailed your responses, the more individualized it will be. Your transcendental meditation mantra will be. But yeah, and even if you don't want to meditate, just enjoy the good times. And it's probably going to be pretty silent during this meditation. So if you just want to enjoy the quiet, by all means. But we got 22 minutes on the clock. Let's freaking get it. I don't know if you could tell, but I kind of got a little jump scare there at the very end with the timer going off and everything. That's good, and that means I was freaking in it for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, the full day of meditating. Now I just kind of coast into the night, and it's nice because, you know, I can just kind of enjoy my meals a little more because I'm just a little more present for it, and then enjoy, you know, family time, you know, all the rest. But also going to sleep is going to be very nice because I notice my sleep improves a lot when I'm consistently doing this style of meditation. And, you know, so something to say for all that. But yeah, I think all we're going to do now, just go for a walk. That's going to be outside. And like I said, today's the first day of daylight savings. So I think sunset's at like 7 p.m. now. So we're going to be going on this walk and just enjoying the sunlight because it's barely past 5. So this is going to be a good walk. I can already feel it. But yeah, not much else to say there. We're just going to probably prep our meals, go for the walk, take a shower, go to bed. That's pretty much it. And then we're also we're going through all the seasons of Bridgerton right now, so I think I might catch up with that a little. Maybe get some more work done. We'll have to see how we feel, but yeah, I just love to work. That's just kind of my thing. So it's not so much like pushing is my main thing. It's more so like holding back so I can really spend time with, you know, people and things I value. So that being said, that's pretty much freaking it for today. Yeah, last thing I'll say is I notice when I have less carbs in my system, it is a lot easier to drop into that extremely relaxed, mellow state. And that's you know, kind of makes sense. You know, you don't have nearly as much ATP production because you're not, you know, supplying your body with as many carbs. You know, you just don't have as much food. So you're not, it's almost like things I would worry about or dread or whatever. It's almost like they just don't, like I don't have enough energy to do that. You know, so that's one nice thing. It's when you cut, you kind of get into this like mellowed out, serene state where, you know, you can just kind of take a step back from things a little easier. But yeah, that's what I kind of noticed in these meditations. But anyways, we're gonna go freaking get this walk in, grub, shower, Bridgerton, sleep. So I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. We're gonna be getting an early morning back day in before we go to work. So that's gonna be freaking nice. But anyways, I'll see y'all then.